Washington Wizards going up against the Boston Celtics here in Boston. Joined by Grant Hill and Tim Legler. This is Brian Anderson, and we'll have Ale LaForce reporting for us. And now the Washington Wizards starters. Chris Middleton is out there with George. Then there's C.J. McCollum. Then there's Sarr, and it's Coulibaly in at the 2. And for Boston, White and Brown are the wingmen. Then there's Peyton Pritchard, and it's Queta in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. But legs, the season has only just begun. It's interesting to see which teams have gotten off to hot starts, though.
Yeah, Brian, there's a lot of different situations here early. It could be continuity, adding star power, or possibly both. But it's great when you can find that confidence level early and see if you can sustain it all season.
Oh, and building hope with a fan base as well early in the season always helps.
Absolutely energizes the entire fan base.
Now here's Middleton. Pass to Coulibaly. 4 on the clock. For 3, McCollum. Boston pulls it in. Outside, Brown. Oh, nice! Wow! And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
He's shaking the hoop. He's actually shaking the whole building.
Oh, what a slam. Look here, the fans going crazy right now. What a sensational move captured from the connected cam, sponsored by AT&T. McCollum with it, defended by Pritchard. George, a screen on Brown. Here's Middleton. Softly drops in the floater.
And far from just a jump shooter, Middleton stays active and is always ready to shoot.
Outside White. Three-pointer Pritchard gets the 3 to fall.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Pass to Coulibaly. Now Middleton. Shoots over Brown. And that one's good. Coulibaly. First quarter, just over a minute and a half in. Now here's Brown. Middleton covering. And stolen by Middleton. Here's McCollum. That's good. And so Middleton with the assist.
Oh, that's what you love about C.J. McCollum. He is so good at finding a way to get to his spots.
Inside. Outside, Brown. Rebound by Middleton. For Washington, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Brown against George. McCollum outside. Launches it. Boston pulls it in.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, great to have you on, bud.
Well, thanks. The Celtics this summer trading Drew Holiday for Anthony Simons, a player almost a decade younger. Simons' deep threat capability is definitely a fit for the way the Boston Celtics like to play, especially now moving forward. If he can fit in defensively, he could be a long-term contributor, guys.
He's more than capable. Okay, Shams, thank you. Here's Pritchard after the basket by Washington. Six to shoot. White for 3. And he buries his first look.
He's an absolute beast to deal with for the defense. Sometimes he can even leave you feeling helpless.
Outside Coulibaly. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Shots good by McCollum.
Wow, I just love how McCollum responded with that 3 of his own, showing you what a competitive player he is.
Now here's Brown. Last game with 30. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. They'll pin that on Chris Middleton.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Washington.
Well, great play down low. I mean, you expect the defense to adjust, collapse maybe, but that should open up things on the perimeter later in the game.
Another highlight for them has been their early ball movement, making quick, decisive passes to set up guys for great looks.
Grant, the thing about Jaylen Brown, he doesn't need a lot of space to get his shot off.
You know, B.A., he has a quick release and rises high on his jumper, has a great up fake, and can stop on a dime. Usually all the space he needs to find his shot.
And both free throws good for Brown. And the Wizards last season with the worst record in the Eastern Conference. Grant, second in losses only to Utah.
Yeah, B.A., the course is clear. Development and youth. The losses can be tough to stomach, but they do have some intriguing up-and-coming players.
Middleton outside. And again, it's Washington with a three.
Yeah, as good as anyone on the catch and shoot, Middleton deposits another J.
Here's White. Outside, Brown. Pass to Pritchard. White against Coulibaly. White, the pass to Keita. And rejected.
And as Sarr gets older, he'll learn how to use his length even more.
Washington moving the ball around. George feels it out a bit. And here's McCollum. Outside Coulibaly. Washington needs to get off a shot. And Sarr with the basket on the assist by Coulibaly.
You know, Sarr established himself in the paint and took advantage of what they gave him.
Celtics trail by 6. White with it. Outside, Brown. And here's White. Down low. Oh, George with a steal. Now the Wizards in transition. Up the floor. And it's Middleton finishing it off.
Oh, a beauty. Aggressive move by Middleton. Slamming it in to make a statement.
That's tipped. It's stolen by Coulibaly. And they're pushing it up. Middleton outside. George sets a screen. Just 5 on the clock. Middleton passes to Sarr. That one drops for him. Sarr's got 6.
Really taking charge of the game, largely with a detailed interior attack.
We always talk about getting high percentage shots, and they are teaching a master class in that right now.
George against Pritchard. Three-pointer is up. Middleton. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. George has got 3 assists tonight.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. All right, with this break, let's take a look at the teams that were the toughest to score against last year. The Celtics, second.
They made life hard on opponents. One of the best defenses in the NBA last year.
Here's White. It's Brown on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To end the run. It's rebounded by Washington. This is their first chance this season playing Boston. Sarr down low. He's guarded by White. 11 feet out. It's hauled in by White. And so it's White with it. He brings it up for the Boston Celtics. Trailing by 13. It's Brown on the wing. McCollum defends. Pass to Keita. Here's Pritchard. White for 3. Sends it home from three-point land. White's got his second bucket of the night.
Slow reaction from the D, and it cost him 3.
Outside Coulibaly. Now here's Sarr. Middleton outside. And here's Sarr. And finished off by Sarr.
Well, you have to track Sarr in that action. He's so fluid for his size and does a great job coming off the pick.
Outside, Brown. Can't get it. 0 for 3 in this one. Wizards leading by 12. Here's Sarr. Minot pulls it in.
That is a missed opportunity. He'd love to have that one back.
To the paint. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
And we've watched Brown evolve his game. Playmaking has been at the forefront of his development.
George outside. Pass to Sarr. Here's Middleton from behind the arc. It's hauled in by White. Here's Minot. George defending. The teardrop. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's going to be on C.J. McCollum. And last season, Grant, the sale of the Celtics franchise for $6.1 billion. It seemed like a lot at the time.
Well, yeah, that was until the Lakers sale hit 11 digits last summer, B.A. But in both cases, basketball decision-making doesn't change right away. In the case of the Celtics, the governorship doesn't transfer until 2028.
First one falls for him. And Tim, you played your longest stretch with this Washington franchise. How hungry are these fans for sustained success?
Yeah, there's been some lean years and unfortunately only one banner. Going back to 1978, they are committed to a rebuild in hopes of better times ahead.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Boucher's checked in for Queta. Tillman comes in for Minot. Hauser, he's checked in for Brown. And Anthony Simons subbed in for Derek White. Well, Grant, this is the 3rd season under this front office for the Wizards.
And bringing experience from years working for the Oklahoma City Thunder, their commitment level to building the right way is rock solid.
Now here's Sarr. Give him 8 points now. Middleton outside. Pulls up, high post. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Middleton's got 12.
And he's 5 of 7, getting into a nice rhythm offensively.
On the wing, Simons. Covered by Carrington. Now Simons. Off the mark with a little step back, Jay.
He typically dominates that area of the floor. It just didn't drop.
McCollum, the pass to Kispert. It's Middleton on the wing, defended by Hauser, and finished off by Sarr.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And from the opening tip, they've been locked in. Just look at the score. That tells you all you need to know.
Now here's Pritchard. He's got 5. Back to Simons. It's good.
Yeah, what touch from Simons. That floater is a must for any scoring guard.
Now here's Middleton, defended by Hauser. Outside Carrington. Here's Middleton. And he gets it to go off the front iron. 14 points for him.
His shooting has been fantastic, and this team has leaned on him.
McCollum against Pritchard. To the middle. Here's Boucher. Tipped. Now here's Carrington. He's covered by Simons. Pass to Kispert. Middleton outside. Washington moving the ball around. Sarr against Pritchard. Now here's Sarr. Defense right on him. That's good. And so Middleton with the assist.
The shots are falling, and he is making it look easy.
Celtics trail by 14. Pritchard, the pass to Boucher. Pass to Simons. Three-pointer. And that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
Since entering the league, the three-point shooting numbers have really taken a jump for Simons.
Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. McCollum taking his time here. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
He's getting his first free throw attempts of the night now.
Taking 2 shots.
The free throw drops for McCollum. And McCollum drops them both. 1 second left. That shot missing. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. It's Washington. They lead by 13. And back to the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And for the Wizards here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
Everybody in this league wants to run, but not everybody has the personnel to do it. This is a great start.
And so in the game for Washington, we've got Carlton Carrington. Johnson is out there with Corey Kispert. Then there's Whitmore, and it's Champagnie at the 5 spot. Washington leading by 11. Here's Carrington, and he drives in. Johnson for 3. Boston pulls it in. It's a quick turnaround on the road. Just one game. Here's Simons. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Washington has gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. And you think of players who heat up in a hurry, you got to include Anthony Simons, Tim.
Well, Brian, he's just a bucket getter. He can pull up from any distance and with the elevation to do a little damage inside as well.
Now here's White. We saw him with 19 his last time out. Boucher on the screen. To the inside. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
Yeah, Simon's showing you how crafty he can be in the pick and roll. Really selfless play right there.
Kispert outside. Up top, Johnson. Shot clock at 5. Can't get it to fall. 0 for 2 now. Celtics trail by 11. Pass to Simons. Now Boucher. Oh, he gets it to fall, and that makes it just a single-digit deficit. Boucher's gotten his second bucket.
And they seem to have found a nice groove here in the second period.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey, the Celtics trying to keep that laser focus. Coach Joe Mazzulla said, quote, "The closer you are to winning, the easier it is to become distracted by things that you can't control. Things that don't matter. Mindset, discipline, and mental toughness are what separate you." Back to you, BA.
Staying dialed in. Allie, thanks very much for the report. So it's Boston now. following the score by Washington. Here's Hauser, and he buries his first look.
If the defender is giving him that much space, the points are inevitable.
Washington leading by 9. And now a timeout called by Brian Keefe. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy and grant the Achilles tear for Jason Tatum, derailing the Celtics' attempt to defend their 2024 title.
Yeah, so hard to overcome losing your best player. Thankfully, this team has the depth to remain competitive in his absence.
So for Washington, George, he's checked in for Kispert. Middleton comes in for Johnson, and it's Coulibaly in for Whitmore. Pass to Middleton. Cuts off the pass. Here's Tillman. George defending. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And you might think the toughest picks are set by the bruisers. But some say the shooters actually set the best screens. Why is that?
Well, the guy guarding a shooter doesn't want to leave their side. So when they screen you, you get no help.
One shot.
And the free throw, no good. Wizards leading by 7. Outside Carrington. Coulibaly on the wing. Pass to Middleton. Outside Carrington. 4 on the clock. And that comes off the assist by Middleton. Middleton's got 6 assists here tonight. And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Brown, he's checked in for Boston. Pritchard comes in for Simons. And it's the 2K leaderboard. Team leaders in blocks last season. 5th on the list, the Celtics.
And last year, their rim protection was unbelievable. Teams actually turned down shots in the lane.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Middleton against Brown. And there's a pick. Well, Tim, with the new CBA, we're likely to see a lot more multi-team trades just to make the money work.
Yeah, BA, it's more complicated than ever to trade guys straight up. So now teams have to find ways to make moves that involve bringing in an extra team to absorb salaries.
Those puzzle pieces just got a lot more complicated.
So hard to figure it out.
Pritchard gets it to go.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Here's Middleton. He's got 14. Six on the shot clock. Driving in, and it's Middleton finishing it off.
Yeah, with his 6'7" height and consistent shot, Chris Middleton is so tough. I mean, we're seeing another big night from him.
Now here's Brown. Pass to Hauser. Now here's White. Takes a 3. Rebounded by Champagny.
And it's amazing. Their slim advantage on the board seems a lot larger than it is.
Boucher outside. Doesn't go in. 2 for 4 in this game. Washington leading by 10. Pass to Carrington. And here's Coulibaly. Middleton looking around. The three. Boston pulls it in.
Yeah, another miss from downtown this quarter after being hot in the first.
Hauser with it, working on George, and the shot goes down.
Reliable approach, getting the ball in the paint and going to work.
Washington's gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. And now a timeout called by Brian Keefe. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Some changes for Boston. Tatus checked in for Boucher. And Minot subbed in for Hauser. Sars checked in for Washington. Pass to Middleton. Sar with a screen on Brown. Three-pointer is up. Middleton, he's now 8 for 11 after that made shot.
Well, a couple made threes in the first quarter, and he's not slowing down after drilling another one.
Here's Minot. White for three. It's hauled in by Carrington.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Wizards leading by 11. Outside Coulibaly. Here's Middleton. Misses from short range.
Well, that is a nice challenge at the rim. Really altered that shot.
Pass to Pritchard. Here's Minot. Middleton covering. Outside White. Clock at 6. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. White's got 10 points in the game. Washington has gone 5 of 10 from beyond the three-point line in this game. Pritchard from outside. Good. And Brown gets the assist. Brown's got his 3rd assist of the night.
That's a breakdown defensively. He is far too good of a shooter to leave that wide open.
Now here's Coulibaly. In his last outing, 16 points for him. Pass to Sar. Blocked! Brown against Middleton. Brown scanning the floor. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's going to be on Keyshawn George.
Yeah, just an all-around talent. The growth we've seen from Brown in this league has been tremendous, and he's got a ring to prove it.
Shooting 2.
And he makes a first. Legs, we've seen players extend their primes, extend their careers. What's behind that?
Well, I think you have to look at the absolute best, LeBron James, and what he has been able to do in making that investment in terms of caring for his body. It's a role model that all players should emulate.
Question is, can anybody replicate what LeBron has done?
Boy, that's going to be tough to copy that.
What makes Brown special is his blend of smarts and effort level. Not just an intelligent player, he also gives you a phenomenal amount of energy out there.
Here's Sar. That one's good. 7 for 10 now.
Good passing to set that up. Teamwork on display.
Celtics trail by 6. Pritchard with it. 10 points for him. Simons passes to Queta. And here's Brown. Off the mark there with a 3. Now Sar. George passes to Middleton. No good on the 3. Boston's gone 1 of 4 from three-point land here in the second. Down low. Oh, George with a steal. Here's Sar, and finished off by Sar.
Sarr is playing with a lot of confidence, not questioning himself, just using his size to keep finding buckets.
Simons outside. They set a pick. Lets it go from deep. Drills it from deep. Simons got 8 points.
Well, the defense was a little soft right there, and it made it a practice shot.
Outside Coulibaly. Back to McCollum. Count it. His 3rd and 5 attempts.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
On the wing, Simons. Five to shoot. Puts it up from the high post. Sarr pulls it in. Sarr's got 4 rebounds in the game. No doubt Anthony Simons has shown he can be a 20-point-per-game scorer in this league.
Yeah, the shooting is great. He's a natural at finding his shot, but he'll be targeted at the other end. That's where he's got to improve.
Now here's Middleton. 19 points in the game. The 3 is up. Queta pulls it in.
He's been off this whole period, unable to sustain any kind of consistency.
George against Brown. Oh, JB rattling the rim.
This guy has crazy hops. Brown levitates over the floor.
McCollum outside. Pass to Sarr. Now Middleton. Shoots over Brown. And again, it's Washington.
You know, and with a rare combination of length and shooting, Chris Middleton is a bucket.
Brown against Middleton. Brown passes to Pritchard. Simons outside. It's rebounded by George.
They have a decent advantage in regards to rebounding.
34 seconds left in the second. Here's McCollum, and it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
First team foul. Shooting for Washington, C.J. McCollum. 1 shot.
And McCollum, no good on that one.
The one thing you love about C.J. McCollum, it's that high basketball IQ. He is just so clever on the floor.
Pass to Minot. Back to Pritchard. Coulibaly against Brown. Shoots over Coulibaly. Oh, he used the shot fake to create the angle, but he couldn't get it to fall. And so it's Washington with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break.
Hi, everybody. We've got your favorite segment on tap as we check out how the Eastern Conference is shaping up. Well, before we move on to the next part of the show, hey, Jet, you get enough sleep last night?
Why are you asking? I'm a little tired, but, I'm a busy man, Ernie. I got a lot going on, but I'm here. Like, what's going on? I'm ready. What are we doing here?
We're on now, but don't worry about it. You can sleep behind the desk. Nobody will even notice you're gone. Hey, get him a pillow.
Come on, fellas, we got a job to do. Take it a little seriously, would you?
Bring me a pillow, too.
All right, switching things up here. It was a terrific first half showing for Chris Middleton.
No longer underappreciated. Chris Middleton, he has a big impact tonight. Obviously a great shooter, but he can also put the ball on the floor. He can get points in a hurry, and Chris can lock you down on the defensive end.
Well, when you win your first title, that can change you as a player. Middleton looked as confident as I've ever seen him.
I agree with that, Shaq.
That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game action. Here's Brian Anderson with the start of the third quarter.
And we're ready to get this second half of our Halloween broadcast going. Really an incredible game from Chris Middleton.
He's been on the attack, playing hard and going right to the rim.
Nothing in this league more difficult to defend than a well-timed weak side cut.
Celtics trail by 9. Their backcourt, Pritchard and White. Then it's Jaylen Brown, and it's Minot in at power forward. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Now here's Pritchard. Pass to Minot. Outside, Brown. Just 5 to shoot. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
That's a great look. His teammate was on the move, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Inside, here's Sarr, and finished off by Sarr.
Sarr using all of his length and athleticism to tell this league that he has arrived.
An impressive display. How about that look on the AT&T connected cam? And so it's Pritchard with it. He brings it up for the Boston Celtics. 9-point game. Pass to White. Nice ball movement by Boston. Outside, Brown. 4-3. Downtown, Jaylen Brown.
A quality three-point shooter, Brown stretches your defense, making Jaylen that much harder to guard.
Here's Middleton. Now McCollum. The 3 is up. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. George has got his 5th assist in this one. Boston's gone 7 of 11 from outside the arc. Nice percentage from distance so far. Pass to Brown. Shot clock at 6. And Brown with the stuff.
Look at what he's doing here, and it's hard to imagine him playing much better.
Now here's Coulibaly. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Sarr with a screen on White. To the middle. Coulibaly finds Sarr. And the whistle on the shot. Got some contact there. Misses the shot, but he'll shoot 2.
Obviously, Alexander Sarr's stature grabs your attention, but he's stronger than he looks, too. And that can be a pretty dangerous combination if he learns to use it right.
Shoot 2.
The free throw drops for Sarr. Tim, you got into the NBA media very quickly after your playing days. Were you naturally drawn to this side of the game?
Well, B.A., I think I always saw the game as a coach would, trying to watch all 10 players at the same time. So for me, the ability to stay connected to the game while also talking about it and hopefully teaching people really is what's drawn me to it from the beginning.
And no suffering the L from the broadcast table.
That's for sure. You don't have to have any sleepless nights.
A tremendously mobile 7-footer. Great defensive upside, Tim, for Alex Sarr.
And he's still working on his offensive game, BA, but he has the potential to be a disruptive defensive force with his length and agility.
Now here's Pritchard. 10 points for him, and Boston again with the bucket.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Here's Coulibaly. 7-point differential. McCollum against Pritchard. Now here's McCollum, guarded closely, and the shot goes. McCollum's got 5 points now in the quarter.
I like the way they've established their offense to start the half. 3 straight makes.
McCollum against Pritchard. Here's the teardrop. It's deflected, and they recover it. Pass to Queta. Outside, Brown. White for 3. It's rebounded by Washington.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thanks a lot, guys. Jaylen Brown never loses confidence. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla said he has great short-term memory. If he misses a shot, it never affects the next one. You can't shake him. I just love his poise and his ability to attack. Brown said, every time I take the floor, I want to be aggressive. Back to you guys.
You love that confidence. Okay, Allie, thanks a lot.
Yeah, tonight has been all about Jaylen Brown, a legit star in this league.
And so now a timeout called by Brian Keefe. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys.
Hey, Boston, let's get going on.
Second half here, and we're just over 3.5 minutes into it. McCollum outside. George outside. Back to McCollum. Over Pritchard. And again, it's Washington converting.
And right now, that's 5 buckets in a row. Looking like a well-oiled machine coming out of the break.
Here's White. 10 points for him. Pritchard surviving the D. Back to White. 5 on the clock. Ooh, here's White on the drive. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
And now, almost all their points coming from the paint.
Pass to Sarr. To the paint. It's intercepted. Here's Queta, guarded by Sarr. Here's Brown. It's tipped. Here's Minot. White for 3. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
I love the shot selection from him right now. He's not settling, and that's why he's shooting at a very high rate.
And here's Coulibaly. He's guarded by White. Sarr with a screen on White. Pass to Sarr. Back to Coulibaly from deep. Boston pulls it in. Queta's got rebound number 7 tonight. Down low. Here's Minot. Second shot opportunity, and he sinks the layup. And it's now only a 5-point Washington lead.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Middleton passes to McCollum. Here's Sarr, and finished off by Sarr.
And the long arms of Sarr on full display. You gotta keep this kid off the offensive glass.
Brown passes to White for 3. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. White's got 8 points in the quarter.
It's been a modest night scoring so far. Maybe that shot will encourage him to get some more looks.
And so now a timeout called by Brian Keefe. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. The Wizards making a switch here. Carrington's checked in. Here's Coulibaly. Sarr passes to George. No good with the triple. Celtics trail by 4. To the middle. Here's Minot. And he makes it on the layup. Minot's got 10 points.
This run has been fueled by their matador defense.
Outside Coulibaly. McCollum against Pritchard. Oh, there's the alley. Just 5 to shoot. McCollum outside. Washington again can't hit.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line. They've really picked up the energy level and have willed themselves back into this game.
And now the big question, can they sustain the momentum?
Sarr with it. He's got 22. No good. Unable to win this run. Boston has gone 3 of 5 from downtown here in the second half.
I just love the aggressive finish.
Now, I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Washington has gone 2 for 5 from 3 since halftime. Pass to McCollum. Fires the 3. Fires in the triple. McCollum's got 10 points in just the second half.
That's his 3rd triple of the night, his 2nd since halftime.
Here's Minot. George defending. And here's White. He's got 18. Inside. Here's Kadam. And that one drops for him. And the Celtics lead by 1.
They've now had assists on each of their last 3 buckets.
McCollum against Pritchard. Pass to Coulibaly. Back to McCollum. He takes it in, and the layup is good off the glass. McCollum's got 12 now in this quarter.
Well, he has been pretty much unstoppable this quarter, and his team is thriving as a result.
White, the pass to Pritchard. Coulibaly against Brown. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by George. George has got 5 rebounds in the game. Outside Coulibaly. Back to George. McCollum against Brown. Now here's McCollum. Not a lot of room. Shoots over Brown. And again, it's Washington.
Well, he's been doing this for over a decade in this league. He is a bucket getter, and he's having another monster night.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls the timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. And the last few seasons' legs, C.J. McCollum playing mainly point guard, but for his career, mostly at the 2.
Yeah, listen, he can play either, certainly can be a lead guard when he needs to be, but shooting and scoring off the dribble is really his bread and butter, and he can get to it from any angle, any platform, in any situation.
Great player regardless.
Absolutely.
So Boston ends up going with a new group. And then for Washington, Champagnie. He's checked in for Sarr. Kispert comes in for George. And it's Johnson in for Coulibaly. Here's Shireman. The shot's good.
And you know Coach loves seeing his offense operate at this level. Great passing out there.
Pass to Champagnie. Johnson for three. And it's Tillman with a rebound. Boston trailing. Simons outside. And the call will be on Corey Kispert. That's his first foul. Chris Middleton's checked in for C.J. McCollum.
First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
.157 left to play in the third. 6 to shoot. To the inside. Here's Boucher. And finished off by Boucher.
Nice pass by Simons, showing you that he's multidimensional.
1:41 left in the third quarter. Pass to Johnson. Now Middleton, defended by Hauser. Now here's Middleton. Tight defense on him. Off the left rim and out. The Celtics with the lead. Here's Tillman. It's hauled in by Carrington.
Well, the defense was solid, but usually I expect him to make that layup.
Pass to Kispert. They set the pick. Inside. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in. Kispert's got his first bucket in this one. A hard-fought matchup. 7 lead changes thus far.
And these teams have been sparring from the get-go, neither able to land the knockout blow.
Simons outside. Boucher on the screen. Down low. And finished off by Boucher.
Yeah, when you put Simons in that pick-and-roll action, it puts major pressure on the defense.
Outside Carrington. Kispert outside. Pass to Middleton. The rebound, Celtics.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
Simons jams it in off a great move.
Yeah, Simons doing a great job creating separation off the dribble.
Now Carrington from the arc. Off target from downtown. Derek White getting it done for Boston. And that quarter was all about him, leading the comeback charge. Now they're up in this one. We'll be right back after this word. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that, Don. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Well, the vision, the placement of the pass, and then the timing. You just can't do it any better.
3 tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. So on the floor for the Wizards. Carlton Carrington out there with Johnson. Then there's Corey Kispert. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Champagnie at the center position. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Yeah, it's the power of the two-man game. After all these years, it's still the most difficult set to defend.
Here's White following the score by Washington. Now here's Johnson. To the paint. And stolen by Boucher. Now the Celtics on the move. And White finishes off the break. Well done.
They're playing great team basketball. It's good movement and sharp, crisp passing.
To the middle. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. Now here's Simons. There's the three. Rebound by the Wizards. Champagnie's got 4 rebounds in the game. Pass to Middleton. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half of this fourth quarter. Basket counts. Coming down the stretch, it's still anyone's game.
Incredible effort and energy on both sides. These guys must be gassed.
Now here's Simons. Hauser outside, puts up a three. Rebound by Middleton. Middleton's got 4 rebounds now. And it's in there. Middleton's got 4 points this quarter.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense.
Hauser outside. Pass to Simons. Give him that one. Now shooting 5 for 11 from the floor.
Well, we know he can hurt you from outside, but Simons also showing you a nice touch inside.
Now Kispert. Three-pointer is up. Middleton. Again, Middleton missing.
Well, he was shooting the ball from deep in the first half, but he's come up dry ever since.
Tillman passes to Boucher. And here's Simons outside. And he's 6 for 12 after that one.
That's his first from distance this half, which gives him 3 for the night.
Pass to Kispert. From deep, Johnson. And it's Tillman with a rebound. Boston has gone only 1 of 4 from the perimeter here in this fourth quarter. Simons against Johnson. Here's Simons. Down low. Here's Tillman. And he slams it in one-handed.
Simons has a shoot-first mindset, but he also takes great pride in making plays for others.
Outside Carrington. Middleton with it. Shot to stop the run. Excellent D there from Hauser. Celtics lead by 4. Oh, what a performance offensively.
They're really rolling at that end. Excellent game plan.
Back to Simons. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And Simons showing you a lot of toughness right there. He got inside, did not shy away from the contact, and was able to get it done.
Now here's Carrington. Middleton outside. Kispert outside. Here's Champagny, covered by Boucher. The 17-footer. Boston pulls it in. Pass to Simons. To the inside. Here's Tillman. Again, the Celtics good for 2 more.
They're really working the paint now.
Wizards trail by 8. Outside Johnson. Shoots over White. The shot by Johnson, no good.
And if they want to come up with a win here, he either needs to start making shots or find another way to help his team.
Here's Tillman. Pass to Simons. Lets the 3 fly. The rebound by the Wizards. Champagny's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Now here's Carrington. He's covered by Simons. Inside to stop the drought. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. You know, with a league-wide focus on three-point shooting, Corey Kispert should feel good about his job security, Tim.
Yeah, sharpshooters are always going to be in demand, Brian, and that's Kispert's primary role. But he's also become an efficient finisher at the rim.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he drops the first. So Boston going with almost an entirely new group here. Cadis checked in for Boucher. Minot comes in for Tillman. Brown, he's checked in for Hauser. And Pritchard is subbed in for Simons. A big group substitution here for Washington. Sarge checked in for Champagny. George comes in for Middleton. Koulibaly, he's checked in for Johnson. And it's McCollum in for Carrington. And so he makes both from the line.
And that's why you don't want to foul a guy like him. He is going to make those free throws.
Right side, Brown. Man, Brown just showing his toughness inside.
They have no answer defensively inside.
George outside. Pass to Sarr. Out to McCollum. And a nice finish on the layup. McCollum's got 16 in the second half.
Well, it looked like the defense was there for the challenge, but C.J. McCollum showing you his ability to fight through that.
Now here's Pritchard from outside the arc. Count that one. He's now 5 for 8.
And they keep attacking from the three-point range here in the second half.
Wizards trail by 9. Outside Koulibaly. McCollum outside, launches a three. He buries it from 3. McCollum's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, as a team, they've been coming up short, but his pure scoring mentality as an individual has been unshakable.
White, the pass to Brown. Brown cashes in. A terrific finisher inside.
He's a new man this half, playing with much better intensity and getting results.
Pass to McCollum. Six on the shot clock. And he gets the bucket. McCollum's got 32 points in the game.
Yeah, McCollum excels at everything on the court. And man, he is putting on a show.
Left side, Brown. And yep, it's good. 19 points in the game.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
When someone is rolling like this, just keep feeding him. That's just great coaching.
Out of bounds, Wizards ball as Washington keeps possession. And it's time to take another look at that powerful block.
Yeah, good offense comes from great defense. This lead is only getting stronger with plays like that.
Middleton is checked in for Washington.
Number 22, Chris Middleton.
So it's Washington now. McCollum on the wing, defended by Pritchard. 5 to shoot. Pritchard against McCollum. Connects from downtown. McCollum's got 35.
And he's single-handedly trying to keep them alive. Terrific scoring quarter. Will it be enough, though?
Pass to White. Back to Brown. Now White. He launches. Rebounded by Sarr. Koulibaly with it. Pritchard picks him up. Yes, sir! The finish with the jam.
Ooh, important points from Sarr. And just great recognition of the moment. Don't see that in a lot of young players. Wow.
One shot.
And they've done well from the free throw line this half. No misses yet.
The Celtics with the lead. Here's Pritchard. McCollum with a steal. And it's Washington on the break to tie it up. And up and in on the layup.
And that's 5 for 5. This fourth quarter has his fingerprints all over it.
Brown against Middleton. No good. Had a chance to end the run there. Washington has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter.
Did you see that? I mean, going right to the rim. That's how you finish in the open floor.
And give him a lot of credit for his effort right there running the floor.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Over the break, I listened in on Joe Mazzulla's huddle. Coach was urging his team to play strong defense, reminding them no easy hoops, give effort and help when needed. They do say defense wins championships, guys.
And Allie, thank you for that. And Brown has got the ball here for the Boston Celtics. Here's Minot. Here's the pass to Brown. Three on the clock. It's good!
Oh, assertive play there by Brown, rising to the challenge of the moment.
And Washington shooting great, 62% for the field and continuing to get it done. Here's George, shoots a three. Rebounded by Pritchard.
Yeah, so many times we will see shooters of any caliber miss that wide open three.
Brown, now White, Pritchard outside. Here's the pass to Brown. Rebounded by Sarr. George using the glass to lay it in.
You know, if his shot isn't available, Middleton is moving the ball, and he's a pretty skilled passer.
Middleton against Brown. Get it to go. Brown's got 1 3-pointer tonight so far in 4 tries. Here's McCollum. And he gets the jumper to fall.
Now that's one to remember. What an impact on the game.
What a big-time shot. Those are the moments you dream about as a kid.
Now here's Brown. White outside. Peyton Pritchard misses the three.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
At the line for the Wizards, Koulibaly, 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And no luck that time either. And Boston calls time here. They're down by 4. From a coaching perspective, what are the keys to focus on here?
No doubt. They've got to get a quick bucket here.
You have to be smart here. And if they're successful, the foul has got to happen quickly.
So it's Boston now, trailing by 4 with the shot. Shot's no good. And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
Fourth personal foul, 5th team foul. At the line for the Wizards, C.J. McCollum taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that puts him up 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, analytics aside, players making important free throws is always valued by their team.
Tips it, and he grabs the board and finishes it off.
Wow, that is just great work, and he got rewarded with that tip-in.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Yeah, and there's no question they have to foul. Now, I'm sure they would have preferred to avoid it.
At the line for the Wizards, Chris Middleton, 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Ooh, he doesn't hit the first. That was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he ends up making the second. And that puts him up 5. And here's White. So we see the Wizards get the win here. And they barely squeezed out the win here on the road.
And BA, the visiting team is always under some added pressure, but they made it work and got the win, whatever the margin may have been.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For reporter Allie LaForce and for Tim Legler and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for joining us. And we present the player of the game, C.J. McCollum.